The question haunted me. Every night, as I lay on my back staring at the cracks in my ceiling, I whispered it like a prayer to the darkness. Will I achieve my dream? I wasn't asking the universe anymore. I was asking myself. And for a long time, I didn't like the answer. Ever since I was 7, I knew I wanted to become a filmmaker. Not just a hobbyist with a camcorder, but someone who told stories that made people cry, laugh, scream, and most importantly, feel. I wanted to direct movies that stayed with people long after the credits rolled. But reality had other plans, or so it seemed. My family, while supportive in their own way, didn't understand my dream. They loved me, but they believed in stability over passion. It's not practical, my mother used to say while washing dishes. You can do it as a hobby, but you need something reliable. My father, a quiet man with calloused hands from years of construction work, never said much, but his silence said everything. So, I did what I thought I had to. I enrolled in college for business administration, wore dress shirts I hated, and took classes that drained the color from my world. I smiled through it all, telling myself I could still make films on the side. But between assignments, internships, and a growing sense of suffocation, the camera in my closet gathered dust. One evening during my 3rd year of college, I had what I can only call a breakdown. I was alone in the library, drowning in spreadsheets, when a wave of emotion swept over me. I remember looking around and realizing, no one here knows what I actually love. No one here knows who I am. Maybe I didn't either. I went home, locked myself in my room, and for the first time in years, I picked up my camera. I filmed the rain falling against my window, the flicker of the candle on my desk, the raw look on my face as I sat in the glow of my desk lamp, whispering, I want more than this. That night, I uploaded the video to YouTube under a fake name. No tags. No promotion. Just a title. Will I achieve my dream? It got 12 views. Then 37. Then 200. Then 10,000. Something about it struck a chord. Comments poured in from people who also felt lost, stuck between passion and responsibility. They saw themselves in my quiet desperation. Some told me to chase my dream. Some warned me not to. But one comment stood out. You already have. You made someone feel something. That line changed everything. From then on, I made short films every week. They were rough, raw, and imperfect. But they were real. My nights were spent editing. My weekends, filming with friends who believed in me. My grades slipped, but my soul finally felt awake. One of my films got selected for a small local film festival. Then another won an online competition. I started getting messages from indie producers, small-time actors, and even one director from LA who asked, "Do you want a shadow on set?" I dropped out of college. My parents were devastated. We fought, cried, and stopped talking for months. But I knew this was my path, even if it meant walking it alone. The first few years were brutal. Freelance work barely paid the bills. I worked as a barista, a delivery driver, even a night security guard. But every spare second I created. And with each project, my audience grew. 5 years later, I released my first feature film, a low-budget, deeply personal story about a young person caught between two lives. It didn't win Oscars, but it got picked up by a streaming platform. It reached people. And for me, that was everything. Now, 10 years since I whispered that question in the dark, I sit on the balcony of a small apartment overlooking the city, laptop open, script in progress. I'm still chasing bigger dreams. There's always a new mountain. But I'm not afraid anymore. Because I know the answer now. Yes, I will.